we add to our prayers, Lord, that you would help us to understand the reading and the hearing of your word this morning, that your Spirit would open us up to your truth, that you would help me, your humble servant, to speak in a way that will clearly communicate what it is that you want each of us to hear today, and that we would not leave this place without encountering you in your word and being changed for the better. Pray these things in Jesus' mighty name. Amen. All right, I was thinking about how I could illustrate what I want to talk to you about today. And I guess the simplest illustration I can give is using a FedEx man. If a FedEx man showed up at my house, he pulls up in the big truck and he gets out in his blue uniform and he has a package in his hand and he comes up to my door and he knocks on the door. I open the door and I look at him and I look over at his truck and he says, "FedEx man here, I have a package for you." And I look him in the eyes and I begin to reason in my mind, and I start to think, how do I know that this guy is really a FedEx man? How do I know that this guy really has something good that he wants to give me? What if this package is something that I didn't even order? What if it's something that I don't want? What if this is a terrorist and there's anthrax in this package? All these what ifs could start coming across my mind, and I could begin to reason myself out of believing that this FedEx man is the real deal. When the FedEx man comes to your door, you face a choice. You don't really think about it, but you do have a choice. You can either accept what he has to offer you, or you can reject it. Jesus is very much like God's FedEx man. Jesus came to the world with a very special package. And we've all got an opportunity to either reject that package or to accept it. Are you going to sign for the package or are you not? Now, let me read to you from John chapter 1 first. This is verses 10 through 12. John, the gospel writer who we think is John, he writes these words about Jesus. He came into the very world he created, but the world didn't recognize him. He came to his own people, and even they rejected him. But to all who believed him and accepted him, he gave the right to become children of God. He came to his own people, but he was rejected by them. And we talked last week about his mission statement, right? Jesus came with a message, with a gift. And the message was, it went like this: "The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, for He has anointed me to bring good news to the poor. He has sent me to proclaim that captives will be released, that the blind will see, that the oppressed will be set free, and that the time of the Lord's favor has come." Jesus came to his own to deliver the package that God had given, that the Father had given the Son to deliver. And John describes in his Gospel, beginning in chapter 5, Jesus delivering the package to someone. Okay? He goes to this pool inside the city of Jerusalem. There were a bunch of different pools and different gates at different places. And there's this one pool, and it's got pillars and a roof over it. And laying around the pool are all these crippled and lame and blind people. Now, there's been a rumor going around for some time that occasionally an angel will come down and stir up the waters, and the first person that gets into that pool will be healed. So, you know, these folks have nothing to lose. They don't have anything else to do all day, so they're hanging out waiting for those waters to be stirred, for that angel to come down so they can be the first one to get into the pool. Well, Jesus goes over there, and he's looking at all of these sick people. And one of them's lying there, and he's a lame man who's been there for 38 years. 38 years he'd been lying there day after day, just hoping that an angel would come and stir up the waters, and that he could be the first one in to get healed. And Jesus asked him, "Would you like to get well?" And he says, "I can't, sir, for I have no one to put me into the pool when the water bubbles up." So he's been laying there. He knows he can't even put himself in the pool. He knows that nobody will put him in the pool, because there's always somebody else that wants to get ahead of him and get in there and get healed. Someone always gets there ahead of me, he tells Jesus. So Jesus looks at the man, and he tells him this. He gives him this message. He says, "Stand up, pick up your mat, and walk." He doesn't say, "Look, an angel's stirring the waters. Go get in the water real quick and you'll be healed." He doesn't say that. He says, "Stand up, take up your mat, and walk." Instantly, the man was healed. That's pretty profound right there. That's pretty amazing. This is the gift that Jesus offers the man. He's confronting the man's wrong thinking, for one thing. He's saying, it's not about superstition. This thing about the waters, you're focusing your hope and your faith in the wrong thing, in the wrong place. Put your faith in God. Put your faith in God. And so he bypasses the whole angel stirring thing, and he says, "Get up right now and walk." Why can Jesus do that? Because he's come in the authority of the one who sent him. And the message for this man is, you want to be healed? You want to be better? You want to get well? It's a done deal. He delivers the package that the Father sent to the lame man. Now the lame man, he has an opportunity to either receive the package or not. What does he do? Does he receive it? Yeah, he does. He takes his mat, and in faith he stands up and he walks. The package has been opened. And that man's life has been changed forever, right? He is no longer basically just not even a walking, just a dead man laying there with just a little fragment of hope. He now is